As you join, if you'd like to enter your name and your troop number in the comments and what you plan on doing to start off your troop year.
Welcome. The broadcast will start shortly. If you're on, please put in the comments how you plan on starting to reconnect with your troop. Thank you for joining. Welcome.
Please let us know when you come in, what troop number you're with, what you plan on doing for the beginning of this Girl Scout year.
Welcome. Let us know when you're here what your troop number is and how you plan to begin your Girl Scout year. Welcome. We'll be starting the broadcast shortly. If you just got here, please enter your troop number and let us know how you start to reconnect with your troop for the following year, for next year, next membership year. So Courtney, how's your troop gonna start the year? How are you guys gonna reconnect?
I think we are going to plan just maybe a get together in the park so we're outside and we can do our social distancing, but do something really fun, like ice blocking. That'd
be really cool. No pun intended.
That was good.
So if you're just joining us, we're going to start shortly, and we'd really love to know how you're going to reconnect with your troop this year. So please put that in the chat box.
It's Nancy Ward from Troop 197, and they're starting off with some virtual meetings, and they've been meeting up all summer virtually. So they're already a step ahead.
Welcome, Nancy. Good to hear you're connecting. I know I'm looking forward to the fall product sale. I can't wait to get those magazines renewed. It kind of reminds you every year to do that.
And my new tin. I love to collect the tins from each year.
So Courtney, when you collect them, do you put stuff in them? Like I take them to the office sometimes and put in pencils or paper clips or whatever else I can grab.
I think they're on display in one of our shelves in the office.
So if you're just joining us, we're going to start this broadcast shortly, and we would love to hear how you're going to reconnect with your troops. So please put that in the chat box.
I see some other leaders out there. Let us know where you're from and what your plans are.
I know I'm enjoying hearing from some of the leaders as I'm talking to them, calling them, and just, reconnecting with them, all the fun things they're doing. We've had some really cool art supplies being delivered to various people at their homes and just surprising the girls. And it's been a lot of fun hearing how you guys are all connecting. And I know Nancy's been busy doing Septoberfest. We're going to have reminders about that later. So thank you, Nancy, for really spearheading that and keeping that going forward. And if you're just joining us, we're going to start the broadcast shortly. So thank you for coming. And we are wondering how you're going to reconnect with your troops. So please put that in the chat box. Hi, Taylor. Welcome. Oh, you've been doing virtual meetings too with your daisies. That is totally cool. I love the daisies.
We would also love to hear some of your what works with daisies. We have a lot of leaders that may be afraid to start virtual with daisies because they're so young. So we would love to hear some of your ideas and what really works.
Hi, Rachel. Yes, and some of you, as we're talking to leaders, some of us have been asking about the virtuals and how to start and how to keep those going, and we are here for you. So if you want to have some experience with that and get connected with others, please reach out to us through customer care. Ashlyn's here with her troop, and they're going to have meetings and badge kits for them to work on at home. So that's a great idea. And if you're just joining us, we're going to start this broadcast shortly. And we have just been asking how you're going to reconnect with your girls in the fall. So you can put that in the chat box.
I see a lot of volunteers and coming in. Do we want to get things started?
It's a great idea, Courtney. So we're going to start our presentation tonight. So thank you all for coming. We really appreciate all that you do for Girl Scouts and giving of your time. So hopefully you will find this very helpful, and we are so glad that you're here with us tonight. So for the agenda tonight, we have a recap of last month. We will have Ushi DeRose coming on to let you know about how to grow your troop. And as we're heading back into the Girl Scout year and restarting troops, we need to start thinking about that and how we can, build up our communities. We have some really exciting news that Kim Ross will give us for new official wear. We have a town hall preview with Pat, who will give us an overview of connecting with our leaders and what you need and our volunteers, and communication is going to be really key. So she will help us understand that and what all the town halls will be. We're going to have some shout outs to our wonderful volunteers and people that are just as embraced with Girl Scouts as we are. We'll have some reminders and some questions. Next slide, please. So for last month, we had an introduction of all the new badges. So I'm hoping that you were able to get on and check those out. If not, they're on our website. And so please go ahead and look at those. We had a fabulous Scouting Stars event where you got to see the girls and have them in action. They shared with us some of their experiences and what they did, and just some fabulous, fabulous girls and experiences they had. We wrapped up early bird, so you should have received the patches. Your service units have them, and they should be getting those to you. If you have any questions about that, please get in touch with us through customer care. Next slide, please. So I'm going to welcome Ushi, and Ushi is our membership development manager. And she's joining us to talk about ways that everybody can help to welcome girls into Girl Scouts. So as we head into the fall season and going back to school, we're restarting and trying to figure out how to reconnect with our girls. So Girl Scouts is a sisterhood, and Ushi, welcome, and please take it away.
Thank you, Charmaine. And I'm glad to be here. So I'm going to be talking to you about how to grow your Girl Scout troop. Next slide, please. So let's first talk about the importance of Girl Scouts. Some of you are very aware of this and know this already, but in Girl Scouts, we nurture a strong sense of self. We teach positive values to the girls and the community around us. We encourage the girls to seek challenges, and we mentor girls to have healthy relationships. We also engage girls and volunteers to participate in solving community problems. It's very important that girls need to know that they belong. And I have a little personal story for you. So my girls just graduated, and I had quite a large troop, and I had them all the way from kindergarten to adults, basically. And every year, I would just early bird all my girls. For all of you new leaders out there, early bird is when you renew for the next year in the months of May and June. And we never really thought about it. It was just something that we did. Well, I had a girl that was part of our troop, but she really hadn't come the entire year. But again, we never really thought about, is she coming back? Is she not coming back? Because we really wanted the girls to feel part of the troop. So we went ahead and we just renewed all the girls. Well, that year the girl came back and she approached me and said, Mrs. DeRose, I just have to say, last year, I didn't really feel like I was part of anything. I really didn't know that I belonged anywhere. And I didn't come to the troop meetings a lot. And all of a sudden, I saw you really renewed my membership, and I belong here. You all really want me here. So this is what this is about. It's really finding a place for these girls to belong, to be part of your troop, of your little family. But how can you grow it? Because you really want to give that opportunity to all the girls. And to some of you, the word recruiter may be an intimidating word. You may think that it involves a skill set that you don't possess. It may be something that you think that, oh my gosh, council will just do a recruitment and that's it. And that's how I will get the girls. You may not realize that you and every girl and every parent in your troop really are recruiters, and that you all can and will get the word out about Girl Scouts. So let's take a look at the top 10 tips to let your community grow, and also know that they can join in the fun with your troop, or by getting the word out so you encourage others to start their own troops. Next slide, please. So first of all, listing your troop in the participation catalog. It's a simple way to let your community know that your troop has open spots. You can also use this space to share what makes your troop unique and why potential Girl Scouts won't want to miss out on all your troop fun. So what is it that we need here at Council to be able to list your troop in the participation catalog? So first of all, your troop number. next your meeting place, your date and your time, also the number of girls that you desire to have in your troop, but also the volunteer positions. Sometimes we have adults that approach us, or they will just go see on the participation catalog if there is a quote unquote position or a little job that they can do that is in their area. Maybe they were a Girl Scout when they were younger and don't have children, don't have grandchildren, and want to get back involved. Or maybe their children are all out of the house and they don't have any grandchildren yet, and so they'd like to be involved. Also, a troop description. What is it that your troop is interested in? What is the focus of your troop? And then last but not least, it's important to know what program level that you will be serving in your troop. And I also see that there was a question from Sherry who says, what happens if the troop cannot find a troop leader? Well, Sherry, I'm glad you asked. So that happens sometimes when, you know, you look around you, you've approached your friends and there isn't anyone that you know. This is when we come to you and you come to us and we do this together. So we also have adults that approach us that maybe just say we want to volunteer, but they are in your area. We will get them together. That's one option. Also, when you have girls that are being placed in your troop, we will organize a parent meeting. And from the parents, then at that point in time, we can recruit the volunteers to help you. All you will need to start your troop is at least one leader and one approved volunteer. That volunteer may or may not be your second leader, but we will gradually then get other leaders to join your troop. And I hope that answered that question. Next slide, please. Distribute and post flyers in schools and in the community. One of the most effective recruiting techniques is being present at schools and other places where girls in your community assemble. It's important to put a face to a troop, and it's very impactful. That personal connection at school events, that directly with parents and girls by leaders and troop members, is one of the most effective ways of connecting and spreading the word on what Girl Scouting is all about. So for instance, and again, in COVID, this may look a little bit different for some of you, but having a recruitment table at back to school night, or having a table at another school event, like a math night or a literacy night, even at Halloween, carnival, holiday party. Having a table at kindergarten registration if you are a Daisy troop and you'd like to recruit more kindergartners. Posting things on a school bulletin board. I know of a Brownie troop that had all the girls write little notes of why it was important to be a Girl Scout and how much fun they had, and then asked the school to post all the notes on the school's bulletin board for everyone to see. So it really started that conversation, not just with the girls, but also with the troop leader. And from that, another troop was started. You can also record morning announcements. Ask the principal to see if this is something that they will allow to do. You can spread the word via the PTO and the PTA. You might even be able to go there and recruit another adult. Speak at school assemblies. Not just you, but if there are girls that are in the school that belong to your troop, see if they will also speak at the school assembly. Spread the word via the school counselors, and if you have older girls, through AVID or any leadership classes. You can also do flyers at local libraries, other kid-centric places like secondhand clothing stores, anybody who is promoting birthday parties, any vendor out there, see if you can leave them with flyers. Just remember that 30% of girls join because they heard it at school.
So Jennifer has a question. You have a question regarding the participation catalog. Did you want to
yes,
talk
I
about
can
that?
see it right now.
Okay.
Yes, Jennifer. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was reading that question. If you don't desire any more girls, then, but let's say you would desire additional adults, then you can open up the catalog for the adults. And it will just list the available positions that you have available in your troop. Like I mentioned, sometimes you will have adults who would just like to join a troop. maybe they have a skill they would like to share with your girls. So if you don't want additional girls, we can eliminate that part, but then post for the adults. Next slide, please. You can share your troop openings on social media. Think of your most frequently used social touch points. Maybe you're part of a Google group for neighborhood parents, or even a Facebook group in your community. And consider writing a short post about all of the hands-on activities and really fun things that your girls are doing through Girl Scouts, and that there's room for girls to explore the interest in your troop. At the end of the post, make sure that you also list how to register. You can also connect with our Facebook page to see what we have going on. And if you're all on Facebook, you can just search for Ushi Silver Sage GS and connect with us that way. Next slide, please. As helpful as social media and other apps are, word of mouth can be the actual proof that gets families excited about Girl Scouting. 32% of girls join because of word of mouth. So when our troop traveled to SeaWorld in San Diego and had a sleepover in front of the grotto at the Atlantis ride, the girls were able, all night long, they were able to see the dolphins. And so they couldn't stop talking about it. So when they got back to school, it was the story of, I would say, the year. They talked about it. They talked about it again everywhere and anywhere they went. And that word of mouth really enticed others to say, gosh, I really want my daughter to do that. And then we had also adults who really wanted to have that experience. And so we had troops that started from that as well. So share that. Share that any experiences that you have, whether it's your girls or even your adults who are part of your troop, word of mouth is very important. Also, what I have found is that when you have a troop meeting after school and, girls talk about it, those who are really not part of that troop, they often feel left out, and they'll go home and they'll really talk to their parents about wanting to be in Girl Scouts. Next slide, please. Ask your girls to wear uniforms or their vests on meeting days and special school days to school. Just wearing a uniform to school on meeting days, if your principal, of course, allows it, is a way of starting a conversation about Girl Scouts for the girls with their peers. So they'll look at all the patches, they'll ask the questions, and here you go. You've got an interest. This is an opportunity for your girls to share everything that they've learned and all the wonderful things that they're doing. But it's not just the girls. I know that when I wear my Girl Scout garb out in the supermarket, definitely I get stopped every single time. And people ask me, you are a Girl Scout? Do you have a troop? And so when that conversation starts, yes, I have recruited girls that way as well. Not just for my troop. Just remember that every time you talk about Girl Scouts, it's not just to recruit to your troop. It really is to let people know what Girl Scouts do and attract them to come to our movement. Next slide, please. Spread sisterhood in the community. It's one thing to talk about Girl Scouts and what it does. It's another to really experience it. So your troop is an important part of a broader community. So consider adopting a more the merrier approach to events. We hosted a Me and My Guy dance with the service unit. And not only was it great leadership for the girls, we also had girls who joined troops after the event because they just really loved it, and people really didn't know that we even had Girl Scouts in our town. So consider doing that and getting involved as well. Next slide, please. Use local media to share troop activities and achievements. Get to know your local editor, anybody who's in a radio station, or anybody who's like your community reporter, and share impactful stories from your troop. Everyone loves to hear about an uplifting story, and you'll inspire potential new members with all they can achieve through Girl Scouts. So our troop we organized a 2 mustard seed event in our local city, and the local paper wrote about it. And so it was featured as a wonderful Girl Scout activity. For those of you who don't know what 2 Mustard Seed is, it's a 3-day community shopping event that features women's clothing and home decor. And the sales of that, the proceeds, they support education in Kenya, Africa. But it was a wonderful experience. And as we reached out to the community learned everything about Girl Scouts as well. So it was really nice. Next slide, please. Use party invitations or co-host a virtual party with us. So on the left, you'll see the party invitation. So what it is, it's kind of like a birthday party invitation that you give when your kids are having a birthday party. So it is inviting someone to come to your Girl Scout meeting with the date and the time right there. And you can write on the right side in the blank space, you can write a personal little note of what you're going to do. Maybe it's a hike, maybe it's a tie-dye, whatever that looks like for you. And have your girls then give those invitations to their friends, any girl that is not in Girl Scouts, and have them experience what it is to be a Girl Scout. Also, if your girls are interested, and it's not necessary that the girls who come to our virtual recruitments will actually join your troop, but it's a great experience for your girls and also for you if you'd like to be part and co-host a virtual party with us. So every Tuesday and every Thursday throughout the months of September and October, we will be hosting an animal dance party or a robot building party. And we have girls that join us that are non-Girl Scouts, and we take them through this wonderful experience, wonderful activity that we do. And like I said, it's great because when a new girl sees another girl there who is a Girl Scout and they can share all the things that they do, it's one way to really spread the great word of Girl Scouts. Next slide, please. Host Bring a Friend Night. You can, your service unit or even any council event, you can ask your girls in your troop to invite a friend. Again, like I said, it's not necessary to have them join your troop, but they can start their own troops. A few years ago, the service unit in Pocatello did a roller skating event for early bird and re-registration, but it was also a bring a friend event. And several girls, they brought their friends, and those friends did not join that troop. They joined other troops, and they may even have started the troop at the time. But so you can see that just inviting a friend to come to an existing event is one way to, again, spread that news of Girl Scouts. Next slide, please. And then once all that is done and all your girls are helping really spread the word of Girl Scouts, make sure to recognize the role your girls play in growing your troop. Consider a small token of thanks. You can do patches. There's tons of them that are available through our store. Also, even a certificate if you'd like to hand make something, or a personal thank you. And if if your girls are helping us with an event, then of course we will reach out to your girls and give them a personal note from council. Don't forget that girls can join all year long. Girl Scout experience is really, truly a 12-month experience, so there should never be a deadline for girls to join. They can join any time of the year. Next slide, please. Believe in what you do. Become a champion for Girl Scouts. All of you have a love for the movement, have a love for what it does in Girl Scouts for your girls. I think that every girl that is born should have an automatic membership to Girl Scouts. I have seen what it has done in my own troop. I can't talk enough about it. I know all the good it has done and the leadership opportunities it has brought to the girls around me. And so I believe that all of you are champions in Girl Scouts. So I appreciate everything that you do for the girls, and you are all born recruiters. Thank you.
Thank you, Ushi. And if you have questions, please drop them in the chat box, and we will get to those. So thank you very much, Ushi. That was a
Thank
great
you.
job. So next up is Kim Ross. She is our retail manager, and she is going to give us all of the information regarding the brand new collection of Girl Scout uniforms. And we haven't changed our uniforms in a very, very long time. So I'm pretty excited to hear about this. So Kim, take it away.
Thank you, Charmaine. Before I start, I just wanted to share a little bit about what Ushi was talking about. I will forever be thankful to the person who invited me to join Girl Scouts in 2nd grade. It absolutely changed my life, and I am here because of that friendly person. And guess where I learned how to enjoy selling things? The cookie program. So anyway, here we are ready for the new official wear launch. It launched yesterday nationwide. We went through 2 years of research, design, and surveys, and girls actually designed this merchandise. One of them was a Girl Scout alum. This work was done with the Fashion Institute of Technology in New York. And you'll see on the photos, there's a cute one from the 60s and how the uniforms matched the styles of the times. But then as the 80s came along, you can see that our uniform is not really congruent with the tie-dyes and the scrunchies and that sort of thing. So we took what we know about girls, got more information from them, and they want uniforms that are a little bit less loud, reflect their values. So there are things like recycled materials and eco-friendly materials and things like that, a little bit of stretch, some pockets and things like that. So this all was based on information that we got from the girls. Next slide, please. So the very first thing that's important to see is the new vest and sash options. These are for cadets, seniors, and ambassadors. And I added the word options to my slide because they are options. The current vest and sash will remain in the collection. So these are just some new options. You'll see that both have pockets. The vest has pockets on the front and a button down, so it closes. Our current vest does not have a closure in the front. And then the sash also has a pocket. It's big enough for iPads and iPhones, not iPads, sorry, iPods and iPhones and things like that the girls like to use, or also just their ID or a pen or something like that. Next slide, please. So here you can see they're a little bit small because there are all 24 of them on the screen, but these are the 24 new items that are part of the collection. They are in teen sizes. They go from small and in many cases to 2X or 3X. So there is a wide range of sizes. And while the vest and the sash are specifically for cadets, seniors, and ambassadors, any girl who fits in the item, or even an adult. We have quite a few adults that wear adult, small, medium, or large even would fit in these sizes for the girls. Next slide, please. So how to order, that's the big question. They are not in stock yet, so I don't have one to show you or share, and we don't have one to try on because they're not here yet. They will be in on the end of September or the very beginning of October, we're hoping. You can order by contacting us. We have our email address and our store phone number right on the screen there for you. The best part about it is we're having a sale. So for the first new item that's purchased, you'll save 15%. And then if you purchase 2 or more items, you'll save 20% on those. So that is for orders placed and paid for by September 8th. So that's a week from Tuesday. So you've got approximately 2 weeks to do that. We're super excited to see what you'll like. So far, nationwide, the items that have been the most popular are the jean jacket and the hoodies. No surprise there, I don't think. And then the girls that I've spoken to, their favorite thing is that purple has been added. They also enjoy that all of these items are contemporary and coordinating. So they don't only coordinate with each other, but they can also be worn with khakis that your girl already has, sweats that she already has, her own jeans, or anything else in there that's already in her closet. She can coordinate with these items. We also have a size chart and a new insignia and badge placement guide. Both of those are on our store Facebook page, which we'd love for you to join. The web address there is on the very bottom of this slide. It's on Facebook, and it's Girl Scouts of Silver Sage Store. We post there when we have a store, like an office closing, if we have specials, if we have new items come in or things on clearance, and we literally get new things every week. So please follow us and check it out. Next slide, please. All right, so please post on Facebook there in the chat what your favorite item is, something you look forward to, or any questions that you have for me. I'm happy to answer them anytime.
Thank you, Kim. That was quite an extensive collection, and I'm so excited they're having purple. That's my favorite color, besides, of course, this teal. And so later, I am very excited to share what we have for extra incentives that we're going to talk about for on-time renewal and using some of these new things that are coming out. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, so next up, we are going to have Pat Pike, who is our CEO, and she is going to give a presentation about the All Volunteers Town Hall. And so the topics that you enter into the chat box will be discussed at the volunteer town halls that will be happening. So Pat, take it away.
Thank you so much, Charmaine. Wow, Kim is a hard act to follow. I have been so excited about the new uniform pieces, and I just can't wait to see them on our girls. And yeah, I'm one of those people that's been bugging Kim about that jean jacket. It is so cute. I think that this must be testimonial day, because earlier today, Kim and Ushi and I were in a presentation where I got to present to Boise State students. And I shared a story similar to Kim's, that it was that ask in second grade that changed my life and literally put it on a course that I could never have imagined through Girl Scouts. So thank you so much, Ushi and Kim, for sharing that. So this has been quite a year like no other. So we feel that it would be so helpful to have an all volunteers town hall. These sessions that Charmaine and Courtney and Rochelle and the team and Jess have been hosting, you heard it here first, have been so fun, and we've enjoyed them, and I hope that you've enjoyed them too, that we really feel it'd be a great format to expand, to have many more volunteers involved and many more volunteers' voices, because this is going to be really important to keep our lines of communication open during this important recovery year. So Kim talked about something really fun. This is just a little bit harder, a little bit more serious topic, and that we do have some things to recover from. We all know that we are recovering from, or we are in the process of our nation and our state and our communities recovering from a pandemic. And that has affected us all. Even though everyone has tried new things and gone to virtual, even Rachel in the comments said how that's been tough. And we all know that it's been tough. So we are very open and transparent that we know we have a lot to recover from. And learn how to do things a new way, which everyone is doing a great job of. We also need to recover other areas. We had a great day camp this summer because we were able to have it in a very controlled property, but we were not able to host camp elsewhere. And we need to recover our camp. We need to recover that really important experience. We had some really awesome new members join this summer, and we had a really great start to our spring recruitment season, which we've had the last couple of years because of extended membership and our great camps. But we got hit by the pandemic. And even though we had some members join this summer, that's another area that we need to recover. And there's cookies. We had a good cookie season, and we pulled it out with all your help, but we were on our way to a great cookie season. So with all of these things, we're doing good, but we were doing great, or we were on our way in most of these things to doing great. So we want to recover the momentum that we had. We also want to recover because right now, Girl Scouts is, as Ushi says, there's nothing more that I think Girl Scouts need right now than that strong, supportive sisterhood. Even folks outside of Girl Scouts can see the strain on their girls, on their kids, and Girl Scouts provides that sisterhood. So we want to have an all volunteers town hall. We want to keep those lines of communication open because now more than ever, we need to work seamlessly with staff, volunteers. We're all members and we all have the same goals. Ushi did such a beautiful job talking about how important it is that to embrace your role as ambassadors in Girl Scouts. You are the voices out there. You have so much power in our communities and opportunity to be the wonderful ambassadors for Girl Scouts that you are and have been. We also need to talk more about how we are adapting to all the school changes. Every community is different. There's virtual, and there's in-person, and there's online, and there's learning hubs, and there's learning pods, and there's micro schools, and there's homeschools, and there's hybrid models. School has never looked like this before, and we have challenges accessing those. So we need to meet the students and the families and the girls where they are. And we're going to be finding some new ways to reach those families. And we will need your help, your knowledge about what's happening in your communities to do that. We also, we're continuing as we recover our ongoing response to the pandemic by constantly updating our guidelines. Jess Burke updates those and Charmaine on I think the 18th of every month. You would not believe the number of hours that everyone spends, that the team spends going through documents from health departments and government agencies and GSUSA to make sure that we are giving you the most up-to-date information to keep everyone safe, but still create parameters to have fun too. I'm really proud of our team. Even though we were only able to offer day camp in one location this summer, we did run day camp for 8 weeks with 0 cases of COVID-19. Part luck and part Girl Scout fastidiousness to detail and safety. And another area that we want to hear more about and talk more about as a town hall is how we can support our members and support all of you and our families and the families we are not yet supporting through these challenging times. One way that we know that we can help families, especially new ones, is with financial assistance to remove all the barriers to Girl Scouts. We know that there are some families that are doing okay, but some who have lost their jobs or have other financial challenges because the family member is not able to work because of lack of childcare or other kinds of situations. And we want to support all those families. So, and other ways that we can support families. So those are the kinds of things that we want to talk about with all volunteers at Town Hall to get your input, what's happening in your community, and how we can help families that you know and support you more. So those are the comments that we are, those are the kinds of topics that we're looking for. And if you have other topics, I'm sure there's others, please let us know what other topics we can talk about at a town hall.
Thank you, Pat.
Yeah, thank you, Charmaine.
We do have additional questions, but I did want to comment and share a little story based on how Pat is saying, you know, changes to our communities and helping others. When my son was a senior in high school, we called him the ambassador Girl Scout because obviously he wasn't a Girl Scout. He had to do a senior project. And so part of his project was they gave them a certain amount of money, which you can't live on this certain amount of money they gave, and they had to pay for rent and they had to do utilities and all of that. And so I took them downtown in the town I grew up in, and a very poor section. And so part of it was during Girl Scout cookie time, and we were giving away. I bought a case of cookies and I was giving boxes away to some of the homeless people. And my son couldn't figure out why we were doing that, but we did see a woman and I asked him to stop, and he goes, "Well, Mom, she's pushing a cart. Why would she be interested in these cookies?" And I said, "Because I can tell she will be." And sure enough, the woman started crying because she was a Girl Scout. And she told him all about her experience selling cookies in the snow. And just, it was so beautiful. And so he was in awe that all of that connection was there. So he was starting to tell the younger girls that came to baseball, or the younger girls at church, or wherever we were, he was asking them, "Hey, have you heard about Girl Scouts?" So here's this boy who has a younger sister who's in Girl Scouts, and he is, being ambassador to the community. So I didn't ask him to do that, but he learned a lot that year, and just watching him grow, just like we watch our girls grow, is just so exciting. So, so just invite them. A direct ask is usually very helpful, because you can ask a room full of people for help or for volunteers or for something you need. But if you directly tell them your story and ask about them and connect with them, you can bring them into Girl Scouts. So that's what I had to share. So thank you, Pat. That was an awesome presentation. And please put in the comments any topics that you might want to discuss in the future. I did want to go back to Jennifer's question. She'd like to hear ideas about keeping the energy of a troop, especially when you're meeting virtually. And that would be a good topic for Septoberfest. And we are discussing topics as far as trainings and different things. But I did want to share with you, just so we acknowledge this question and get something out there. We have a lot of troops that are being creative. Some of them are very well-spoken on the virtual troop. They're comfortable doing it in front of a camera and doing the video and doing all that. Some are not. So I would suggest that you check with your service unit and see if there's a troop in your service unit who is feeling comfortable doing the virtual, and maybe palling up with them. A lot of troops are also doing art type projects with things that they can find in the home, so that they can connect the girls. So I've seen, I've been invited to some of those troop meetings, and they've been very successful. And a virtual meeting is not just that you sit in front of a computer. It's basically, you can have fun. You can send them on a scavenger hunt. You can play bingo. I've seen all kinds of different things happening, and just letting them connect. The girls are so excited to get back together, share what they have been doing, maybe talk a little bit about, school and how rough that is a little bit. So whatever you can do. So I would say, just like we connect with the girls, connect with the other volunteers, and use your resources wisely. So Nancy has a comment. Start up virtual meeting packs for new troops. So just like the 4 meetings. So, connect with your service unit, connect with us, and we are getting stuff in place to assist you with that. So thank you. We have some shout outs tonight. So the picture that is on there is about Troop 525. They shared with us Kristen Jenkins. And so that's our shout out tonight. Kristen and her troop put together a bridging ceremony here at the Leadership Center. They were completely using COVID guidelines. They had the parents who stood at the end of the bridge. The girl got to pick what person was going to help her put on her new uniform. The girls had masks, and they really did the whole social distancing, bridging connection. And so with that, Kristen wrote to us that they had a really, really fun time just getting creative. They hired a photographer to take pictures of the girls, not only as they crossed the bridge and had their parent there putting on the new uniform, but also had props so that the girls, just as you can see in this picture, were able to kind of have fun with it. And so especially the senior girls, the ones who were graduating from high school or going on to the next level, they really had a good time and it really honored them. And Kristen said that it was so worth it because seeing those girls and seeing their parents and the pride that they put in this special day and how much fun they've had and sharing stories of their Girl Scout experience, she said it was just incredible. And so, yes, they've had to work maybe a little bit harder, but they are getting so much out of it. The girls are being supported, and also, you know, as they're finishing their Girl Scout year, they're able to bridge and not miss out on that opportunity. The other shout out we have is for Fatina and Mike. And Courtney, did you want to talk about them, or did you want me to share about them?
I would love to.
Great.
So Mike and Fatina both have been shown passion for Girl Scouts. Both are leaders in their daughters' troops, and both are part of their service units. Mike is a service unit co-manager for Blackfoot, and Fatina is the service unit recruiter for Pocatello. They also have a passion for the outdoors. They noticed that girls in Eastern Idaho wanted to have more opportunities enjoying the outdoors, hiking, rafting, camping, snowboarding, etc. What better way for them to combine their passions, Girl Scouts, and enjoying the outdoors than by creating a Trailblazer troop? Thank you, Fatina and Mike, for seeing a need in starting the Trailblazer troop. We look forward to this expanding to other service units within our council. And by doing this, you've shown what a Trailblazer you both really are. And stay tuned for next month's Q&A, where Fatina and Mike will be our guests and tell you more about the Trailblazer troop.
Thank you, Courtney. And for all of you out there, if you will send us, you can share with us through customer care. You can put things in the comment box about things that you've heard out there as far as volunteers, parents, anybody who we can shout out to, because you guys really do a lot behind the scenes. So kudos to all of you for all that you do. Sometimes we don't share that as much as we should. And so thank you so much. We really, really appreciate all of you. Next slide. So a recap. So talk with your troop at your next meeting about ideas to welcome girls into your own troop and what works best for you. So whether that is a virtual troop, an in-person troop, whatever works for you and your girls, just keep on talking about it, getting them together. Join the Shop Facebook page, because that way you can see all these new pieces. You can order by September 8th to get all of these fabulous discounts. And so really talk to your girls, show them all the new pieces, and have fun with it. And then renew for yourself and your troop today, because we are rolling out on-time renewal drawings. And one of them is the new Girl Scout beanie. So just follow our webpage, because we will be rolling out what those incentives are, and I'll be talking about them in just a little bit. So watch for an email also for the new virtual town hall meetings and topics, and you can put topics that you might have in the comment section. And anytime that you need to get in touch with us, or you want to share something or ask a question, you can always get in touch with customer care at girlscouts-ssc.org.
And I have to say, good job, Charmaine, because I snuck that PowerPoint slide in there without her knowing. So good job just rolling with it.
Thank you. Okay, so this is my favorite part, on-time renewal. So the deadline for that is September 30th. We have been working really hard to get your renewals in. And so besides that $1 that the service unit gets for each girl that registers between July 1st and September 30th, we also have some additional incentives. So the incentives will be for the girls. We have the black stretchy 4-in-1 hat, and then we have the belt bag zip fanny pack. So for the girls, we will have those drawings, and the drawings will be on September 9th, the 16th, and the 23rd. So each of those drawing dates, the girls, we will have whoever has registered between July 1 and September 9th for that first drawing will be able to get the incentive for that. And then same with July 1st to September 16th, we will make that drawing to get those girls something. So you want to keep on renewing all the way up until September 30th. So we also have adult incentives. And so for the adult incentive, you will receive a Silver Sage tote bag and a very cool plaid blanket. And so there will be one winner for each of those drawings with the dates above. So on September 9th, we'll be drawing for an adult incentive, and then on September 16th and September 23rd. And then for the troop, we have the incentive that if 75% of your girls re-register with 2 leaders, your troop, including all the girls and leaders, will get the new on-time renewal patch. And this includes all your girls who did early birds. So these incentives are for those that have registered between or renewed between July 1st and September 30th. But because part of your troop might have done early bird, the troop incentive is everybody in the troop will get the on-time renewal patch. So if you have any questions or anything that comes up regarding this, please put them in the chat box. And we will be putting this on our website so that you can see what all these incentives are. And we'll have pictures and that kind of thing so that you can see them. As far as reminders, your membership year starts on October 1. Therefore, you need to get re-registered by September 30th, or you will not be a Girl Scout anymore, and that'd be really sad. So get those renewals in. Septoberfest is September 25th through 27th. And if you don't know what Septoberfest is, it's a really fun event where the adults can get together, and this could be parents, volunteers, alumni, and just get together and share ideas. They have workshops, so you can have fun type workshops like art. You can have professional development type workshops, just different things. So I would strongly encourage you to look at that and register. Annual reports. This is one of my other favorite subjects. Annual reports were due on June 1st. If you have not gotten yours in yet, we understand that this is kind of a different type of year. And so we really need you to get those in by August 31st at the very latest. At that point, GSUSA will take down the VTK and you won't have access to your finance tab, and you will not have access to the VTK. So you need to get those in, and you also need to re-register as a leader, because as of August 31st, if you are not renewed, you will not have access to the VTK, so you won't have access to your rosters or any of that kind of stuff either. So it's very important that you get your annual reports in as soon as possible, especially before Monday, and then also renew. And if you have cookie dough, the gray color cookie dough, that will expire on September 30th. So we must have that cookie dough in our office, the Boise office, on or before September 30th. So those are just really, really important reminders. And if you have any questions about that, you can always reach out to us, get in touch with customer care, and you can either call or email us. And then reminders for next month. So what's coming up for next month is virtual recruitments, the Junior Coding for Good, Gold Award training, and then we also have diverse, inclusive, and together. So we really want to push that we need to include all girls, and all girls come from all walks of life. So we will be having upcoming events to enhance that and just share what that all means. So check out our event calendar on the website, and you can check out all the different things that we have, including different virtual meetings and different things that you can be doing. And then, just so you know, on the fourth Wednesday of every month, Troop Support monthly Q&A, just like tonight, happens from 7 to 8 on Facebook Live. And so you also will want to reference, right now we're getting a lot of questions regarding COVID guidelines. And so we have all of that on our website, and the URL is listed on there. And one of the things that we're getting a lot of questions right now is regarding how many people can you have in a meeting? And so the guidelines change due to what county you're in, what state you're in, because we do cover Oregon. And so just check out that guideline, because it has been 15 or less, and each county might be different also. So just please check on those. And if you have any questions, please reach out to us so that we can work with you on that. And finally, we'd love to thank everybody who presented tonight. So Ushi, Kim, and Pat, what a fabulous job you did. And a special thank you to Aaron and Jess, who worked behind the scenes to get us all working together. And Courtney, thank you so much. She also worked behind the scenes for everything that we are doing. So if you have any comments or anything before this ends, please put them in the comment section so that we can respond to those. And we do have a question.
Kim is still here. I would love for her to be able to answer this one.
Is Kim still here?
And she
Yes.
probably.
Hi,
Yay.
Kim is still here. Yes, so I see Fotina's question, can you use cookie dough for the new items and get the discount? So the answer to that is absolutely yes. Please send in your cookie dough. So again, it has to be in hand by September 8th. So I would go ahead and mail that in the next couple of days. And then please leave information about what you would like to have, as well as your contact information, so we can call you if there's any questions or if we need to send you any additional information or things like that. But yes, we can absolutely accept cookie dough, and we would love that.
Thank
What
you, Kim.
a way to use up the rest of your cookie dough.
It's a great idea.
Do lifetime members count for the renewals? That was a question also from Fotina. And yes, we count lifetime members during the renewals, so they will automatically be put into the drawing. So very good question. Thank you. And just as a reminder, if you have any questions, you can always email customer care at girlscouts-ssc.org or call 208-377-2011.
And join us next month, where we're going to be talking about trailblazers and some VTK tips, pointers, and how to work on your next year's plan. Thank you all for joining us.
Thank you. Have a great evening, you guys, gals.